1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister has stressed the importance of engaging the private sector of Pakistan and Saudi Arabia to fortify the economic relationship. Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting says the government has initiated the process of reforms in laws to ensure dispensation of speedy and cheap justice. Crackdown against unvaccinated people and refusal cases to COVID-19 vaccine continues across the country to expedite inoculation. Chief of the Army Staff has reiterated the need for global convergence on Afghanistan to avoid humanitarian crisis together with coordinated efforts for economic uplift of Afghan people. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, All-Party Hurriyat Conference and other Hurriyat organizations have strongly condemned the brute killing of an innocent labourer and a youth in custody by Indian troops. Saudi Arabia has abolished a 14-day waiting period for Umrah pilgrims. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has stressed the importance of engaging the private sector of Pakistan and Saudi Arabia to fortify the economic relationship. Addressing Saudi-Pakistan Investment Forum in Riyadh today, he hoped the private sectors of the two countries would take full advantage of close and cordial bilateral relations to realize the untapped potential in the fields of trade, business and investment. The Prime Minister emphasized that Pakistan offers a strong and large consumer market of over 220 million with an ever-expanding middle class. He highlighted the Pakistan government's liberal and investor-friendly policies. He underlined further that the government is committed to providing an enabling environment to strengthen the investor-friendly dispensation in the country. Imran Khan underlined that geostrategic position offers Pakistan distinctive opportunities to stimulate intra-region trade by building regional connectivity on modern lines. He further said Pakistan has excellent relations with China and that there could be further economic dividends if the unresolved dispute of Jammu and Kashmir is peacefully resolved with India. Reaffirming Pakistan's long-standing deep fraternal relations with Saudi Arabia, the Prime Minister underscored the reverence Pakistanis have for the custodian of the two holy mosques and gratitude for Saudi Arabia's abiding support to Pakistan at every juncture. In his keynote address, Saudi Minister for Investment, Engineer Khalid bin Abdul Aziz Al Fateh Al Faleh underscored the long-standing and abiding ties between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan and reaffirmed the resolve to further deepen bilateral trade, investment and business links. Prime Minister Imran Khan, who is in Saudi Arabia on an official visit, will attend the Middle East Green Initiative Summit being held in Riyadh today. At the summit, the Prime Minister will share his perspective on the challenges faced by developing countries due to the climate change. He will also highlight Pakistan's experience of launching nature-based solutions to address the environmental challenges. The summit, the first of its kind in Middle East region, is being held at the initiative of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz. The Prime Minister will also have bilateral interaction with the Saudi leadership with a particular focus on advancing economic and trade relations, creating more opportunities for Pakistani workforce and the welfare of Pakistani diaspora in the kingdom. Minister for Law and Justice Mohammad Farooq Naseem said that foreign experts are lauding reforms introduced by incumbent government in civil and criminal laws. Addressing a lawyers' convention in Lahore today, he said these reforms will ensure judgment of the cases within a few months. The law minister said that meritocracy prevails in law ministry and almost 150,000 cases have been disposed of in last 3 years. He further said that lawyers and judges are main stakeholders for rule of law in the country. Speaking at the event, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Farooq Habib said the government has initiated the process of reforms in laws to ensure dispensation of speedy and cheap justice. He said that implementation of rule of law is the top priority of PTI government. Farooq Habib said that PTI government always supported the supremacy of institutions. The crackdown against unvaccinated people and refusal cases to COVID-19 vaccine continues across the country to expedite inoculation. The non-availability of essential services to unvaccinated is also being ensured to convince those for vaccination at the earliest. This is Radio Pakistan. Chief of the Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa has reiterated the need for global convergence with coordinated efforts to avoid humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. He was talking to Canadian High Commissioner to Pakistan Wendy Gilmer, who called on him at GHQ today. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, bilateral cooperation in various fields, overall regional situation and peace and stability in Afghanistan were discussed. The Army Chief said that Pakistan desires to maintain the tradition of bilateral engagement and wish for long-term and multi-domain enduring relationship with Canada. The visiting dignitary appreciated Pakistan's role in Afghan situation, including successful evacuation operations, and pledged to keep working for better relations between the two countries. Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference, the forum led by Mirwais Umar Farooq and other Hurriyat organizations, have strongly condemned the brute killing of an innocent laborer and a youth in custody by Indian troops in the territory. In a statement, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesperson in Srinagar said that laborer Shahid Hamid Ahmed and detained youth Zia Mustafa were killed in cold blood to create an atmosphere of terror in the territory. The spokesperson termed the extrajudicial murder of Zia Mustafa as a heinous crime against humanity and demanded a probe by the United Nations Human Rights Council and International Criminal Court into all such brutal acts of killings in Kashmir. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference, Mirwais Umar Forum and other Hurriyat organizations reiterated their appeal to the Kashmiri people to lodge strong protest with the international community against the ongoing Indian state terrorism by observing complete shutdown on Wednesday. In India, after Pakistan's win against India in a match of ICC Men's T20 World Cup, Kashmiri students were physically assaulted by Hindutva terrorists in various colleges of Punjab. The Hindutva terrorists hailing from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar barged into the hostels and beat up Kashmiri students ruthlessly at Bhai Guru Das Institute of Engineering and Technology in Srinagar, Punjab. Spokesperson for Jammu and Kashmir Student Association Nasir told that media he has received distressing phone calls from Kashmiri students studying in various colleges of Punjab after India's defeat in the match. The United Nations has warned that millions of Afghans will face starvation this winter unless urgent action is taken. In a statement, the executive director of the nation's World Food Programme, David Beasley, said that more than half of the population face acute food insecurity, while 3.2 million children under 5 could suffer acute malnutrition. The organization said it is urgent that we act efficiently and effectively to speed up and scale up our delivery in Afghanistan before winter cuts off a large part of the country. Saudi Arabia has abolished a 14-day waiting period for Umrah pilgrims. According to the Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, this condition is no longer necessary. Saudi Minister of Interior announced last week the easing of restrictions across the kingdom, including those affecting the Grand Mosque in Makkah and the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, allowing a full return to operations and capacity. In Sudan, head of ruling council General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan has announced a state of emergency across the country and the dissolution of the Transitional Sovereign Council and the government. Al-Burhan in a statement said infighting between politicians and ambition and incitement to violence forced to him to take the action. Earlier, armed forces detained Sudan's prime minister. Chinese President Xi Jinping has vowed that Beijing will always uphold world peace and international rules amid concerns expressed by the United States and other countries over the nation's increasingly assertiveness globally. In a statement, he said it would also be the builder of the world peace and a protector of international order. In the ICC T20 World Cup, Afghanistan will play against Scotland at Sharjah this evening. The match will start at 7 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most plain areas of the country, while partly cloudy conditions with cold in northern areas during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunderstorm may occur at isolated places in Kashmir and its adjoining areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News